I did hit the record button, so we're okay. You just gave me like the least enthusiastic response possible to that.
Well, sorry, Jeff. I would have been in here sooner, but I had to untangle my headphones, and you know how enthusiastic that can make a person.
Is that really the energy you're gonna bring to this episode? Is that how we're starting off? We're coming in here, you already sound like you're half a fucking sleep.
I'm just hoping that we can get sponsorship from Raycon. How's it going?
I mean, apparently I'm doing better than you.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeff, and welcome to the Sound Judgment Podcast,
Where every episode we'll be discussing all of the important musical topics, from reviews to which member of Motley Crue is the most vile.
I'm gonna judge the officials. I'm gonna judge all the judges. It's gonna take you people years to recover from all my opinions.
I really wish my computer had Bluetooth capabilities, because then I would be able to have a nice pair of Raycon earbuds while I edit the podcast.
Well, you could just get one of those little USB Bluetooth adapters, right? Those little jacks.
Yeah.
That's what I do, actually. I have one plugged into my computer I take it back. I had one, but as I had discussed previously, half of the USB inputs on my computer have died.
That's very unfortunate.
So it's not, I mean, it's technically still plugged in, but it hasn't worked for a while now.
Right. Well, alright. Follow me on this one, Jeff. Maybe someone can get you a book on how to fix that, because coming up on February 14th is International Book Giving Day. What other holiday is coming up, Jeff?
Is that actually a thing? Is it really International Book Giving Day?
Yes.
That is good to know. That is incredible. Especially considering the fact that the person who I will be celebrating Valentine's Day with is a big reader, so giving them a book would actually make sense. Because the other holiday that people actually care about is Valentine's Day. And we have been saying for 3 years now that we never think about it. We've never done anything to acknowledge Valentine's Day, and I just feel like we probably should.
It's a great holiday.
Right.
I'm going to be spending it with my honey, by which I mean Evan Williams' honey. Evan Williams, if you will sponsor us, I will get Jeff to break his sobriety on air.
Is this the day of sponsors? Is that what this is?
Is it Valentine's Day just a ploy by the corporations to get us to consume anyways?
You really took it's too consumeristic. You took this so far.
It's the only rational conclusion, Jeff.
Chris, is there a better way we could probably do a Valentine's Day episode?
You want to talk about love songs?
I mean, we could, if that's really what you want to do. You don't have another sponsor to throw at me?
No, I'll just pull up my playlist of Valentine's Day songs on Spotify. Spotify, you can get for $9.99 a month.
God.
And you can make sure your Spotify playlists are safe through NordVPN.
I hate this so much. Anyway, Christopher, what I think we decided what we should do, we should just probably go through some of our personal favorite love songs, right? That's like our personal recommendation love songs.
Right.
Does that make sense?
I think so.
So I have my own Valentine's Day playlist. I know you have one as well. It doesn't matter where we go. I do think just throwing a couple little bits and pieces there, giving some little recommendations for people, I think would be a nice idea. And then if, we actually think to get this episode out before Valentine's Day, we can throw this out there and give some recommendations for what songs people need to put on their playlists.
What song should you be putting on when you turn the lights on low and break out the Chardonnay? Or Evan Williams' honey?
Or I was gonna say, don't you mean whatever it was you just mentioned?
Spend Valentine's Day with your honey, Evan Williams' honey.
You are the worst. I hope you know that. So, Chris, where would you like to begin? Because I don't know if we have any overlapping on our playlists at all or not, honestly. I don't know where we fall in our realm of love songs.
Jeff, my favorite place to begin is at the beginning, by which I mean the first date. What's your favorite first date song?
My favorite first date song?
Yeah, what's a song about a first date that you really like? I have mine. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, I have a couple, actually.
I'm going to sing it to you, okay? I'm going to start it off, and you join in if you know the words, okay? We were out on a date in my daddy's car. We hadn't driven very far. There went the road, straight up.
So what is that song, Christopher?
That's my favorite first date song. It's called Last Kiss.
Was it actually their first date, though?
You know what?
It just says we were out on a date.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's
originally
by
Wayne Cochran, covered by Pearl Jam, famously.
I thought it was by the Four something, and I always do this wrong.
Is it the Four Seasons?
No, not the Four Season. But I also almost said the Four Horsemen, and that's not right either. Oh no, Frank Wilson and the Cavaliers. Okay, I'm sorry.
Everyone is wrong.
I don't know why I had it in my head. It was the Four something. I knew it was. I know, obviously, we were of music paying attention age when Pearl Jam did their cover of it in the late 90s. So that's the version that we are, I'm sure, are both much more familiar with.
Okay, apparently before Frank Wilson and the Cavaliers, it was released by Wayne Cochran in 1961, and it failed to do well in the charts.
Did not know that, actually.
I only know that because when I looked it up, that was like the source behind like the, you know what I mean, like the blank cover, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I gotcha.
But yeah, that's a great date song.
I suppose so. It's not as good as I think my one song here.
Okay.
Which isn't necessarily a date song, so to speak, but it's almost a song asking someone out on a date.
Okay.
And that would be the absolutely legendary Layla by Derek and the Dominoes.
That's a good one. I thought you were going to say Teenage Whatever by Wheatus.
What? Teenage Dirtbag?
Yeah.
No. Whatever. No, I don't even really know that song, honestly. No, of course not. So, Layla by Derek and the Dominoes, pretty famously, that's really an Eric Clapton song, right? Like, it was Eric Clapton hiding under a different name. They wrote, there was one album and a live album by this absolutely legendary group of musicians, and it produced probably the most famous song Eric Clapton ever wrote, which is Layla, which I don't think you can get any more romantic than lines like, Layla, you've got me on my knees. Layla, I'm begging, darling, please. Layla, darling, won't you ease my worried mind? It is just so simple and in your face and powerful. And of course, Layla was a real person, although her name was not Layla. Her name was Patty Boyd. It is based on true events. And I don't think anything starts off a romantic night quite the way a song with this much passion behind it can. Did I kill you? Are you there? Are you okay?
I'm alive.
Are you sure?
I'm just letting you talk about Layla.
Oh, okay. I thought the fact that I got no response from you was a little worrisome. I was like, where'd you go? Chris, do you have any additional input on Layla? Do you have one does that spark an interest anywhere? Are you okay?
I like the guitar thing. No, because I know that. Fuck. I know that we're doing a bit, but I don't know what Layla's about.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Are we gonna break the bit already?
I think you won.
I think we won. Okay, so to break the bit, our Valentine's Day playlists are all songs that are absolutely not love songs. Layla was written about Patty Boyd, who was George Harrison's wife.
Okay, alright. I remember that as soon as you say it. Yeah.
And George Harrison and Patty Boyd got divorced and she married Eric Clapton, and George Harrison was the best man in their wedding.
Oh my
Like,
god.
it is a song begging a woman to commit adultery, basically.
Oh man, that's very funny.
And obviously, of course, to break the joke with yours, Last Kiss is a song. Would you like to describe the tale of Last Kiss?
Oh, Last Kiss is a song about, they go out on a date and immediately get into a car accident and she dies in his arms. Dying in your arms tonight.
Okay, not that.
I remembered the Layla story as soon as you told me. And,
I was gonna say, I can't believe I broke you already on this one.
No. You know what's another really good love song based on a true story, Jeff?
What's
Do you know Marlene by Jackson C. Frank?
I do not.
That's another really kind of, it's not quite first date, but it's about his first romance who he met in high school, and she died in a fire in the high school that left him permanently scarred.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
And what is this song called?
It's called Marlene. In fact, there's even a line in it that says something along the lines of, even though the fire burned your life out, it left me little more than a crippled singer.
Oh my god. No, I do not know this song. Oh my god. Alright, you took that one a little darker than I was planning. All mine are, like, stupid.
Happy holidays!
Can we bring a fun one up from my personal life here?
Sure.
We're gonna get personal, ladies and gentlemen.
So I guess the new format is that we make the joke and then explain the joke immediately.
Well, because you stopped responding to me, we kind of broke the bit.
Yeah, no, we did not come into this with a format planned out, and that's the format now, because I think we're just gonna have to explain the joke after we make it.
Well, I mean, I think our format was we were gonna try and play it as seriously as we could, and I think you just kind of weren't able to do it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know the song. Well, I didn't remember it at the time.
That's actually beautiful. No, but true story. So, like, you know how a lot of couples have, like, their song kind of thing, right? Or even a bunch of songs, right?
Yeah.
One of my previous relationships, one of our songs was Love Bites by Def Leppard, which, involves lines like, do you tell lies and say that it's forever? Do you think twice or just touch and see? It is a song about, like, a friend with benefits situation. Like, it's a song about just a random hookup. And that was the beginning of a previous relationship of mine. And for the duration of our relationship, this was one of our songs. Even though it's, like, the most inappropriate shit possible. Love bites, love bleeds, it's bringing me to my knees, love lives, love dies, it's no surprise. Oh, it's beautiful.
That's beautiful, Jeff.
So
That's
good.
very nice.
So good. And then, Chris, another one that I'm sure we can both relate to is the song More Than You Deserve by Meatloaf.
Oh, man, absolutely. That's the saddest song about a pie I've ever heard.
It is one of my favorite love songs about a pie I've ever heard.
Now to explain that joke,
I think you need to explain that.
In the music video for More Than You Deserve, they're kind of singing in this like a
diner,
like a roadside
right?
diner, yeah. And there's this pie that's in the center of a couple scenes, and one of the lines in the song is actually, now the pie's been cut in too many pieces and the flavor that I crave is no longer there. It's about his girlfriend fucking his friends. But I like to imagine it's about his friends taking his pie.
Well, because half the music video, he's sitting there with a pie. Like, he's singing to the pie, practically. But he's saying things like, and then I saw you making love with my best friend. But he's looking at a pie while saying this, and it is just the most... It has very strong American Pie vibes.
Yeah.
If there were some jealousy involved in the man-pie relationship.
No, he just kind of lets it go. He's pretty chill about it.
It's such a good song, though.
I love that song.
Chris, what else is in your not Valentine's Day playlist? I'm curious where else you went.
Man, we could do a lot.
Because you've had this. Because you've had this for a while. But,
yeah,
like, you've had this playlist for a lot. Like, this is like your Valentine's Day playlist, right?
Well, yeah, mine's just sarcastic.
It's like all not love songs. Yeah.
Mine is, I don't have nearly as clever ones as you do, I don't think. There's probably like half a Sonata Arctica album on here.
Oh, okay.
You know, that kind of shit. But I'll tell you who writes some romantic songs, Jeff, is Guns N' Roses.
Oh, You Ain't the First?
That's a good one.
Is that on your playlist? Because it should be. That's a good one.
It's not, but I'm looking right at Don't Cry, both part 1 and 2.
Oh, I love Don't Cry, though. Like, unironically, those are... Like, that's such a good songs, which however you want to look at it.
Yeah, that one's on there. November Rain is on there.
Do you have Used to Love Her? Because that's also a great one. That's on my playlist.
I do, and I also have This I Love.
Oh, I always forget. I forgot about that one, actually. Yeah, that is a good one. No, but Used to Love Her. Oh, that's such a good one. That's actually one of the songs where, like, every year I have it in my head, I should do a cover of a song and post it up on Facebook. But, like, post it on Valentine's Day unironically, but have it be one of these songs. And I've considered doing Used to Love Her so many times, and I've just never been ambitious enough to do it.
Used to Love Her is a great song about killing your significant other. You know what else is a great song about going on a date and then killing the person you went on a date with? Is Excitable Boy by Warren Zevon.
Yes. Did I tell you that not long ago in a group I'm in where we do like bi-weekly album reviews, right? That Excitable Boy by Warren Zevon was one of the first albums we did. And the rest of the group, aside from like the guy who recommended it and me, the other 3 people in this group were all like, you know, I've always kind of known this song, but I never really listened to it until now. They were all in for that surprise of, that's not the song it sounds like. Speaking of songs that aren't what they sound like, one of my favorites for the record, my playlist is called Totally a Valentine's Day Playlist, is a song that I genuinely you probably don't know this. It's called Marry Me. It's by Thomas Rhett, Rhett. Do you know this? It's a country song from 2017, if I'm reading this right.
No, but is that the guy who has a podcast with the character from Legend of Zelda?
What? No.
Rhett and Link.
No, not Jesus. No. But whichever one of them is James, because like Rhett and Link are their middle names. Like the one dude's name, his middle name is Lincoln, right? But no, the I think Rhett is James. Has like a country project called James and the Shame, which is really good actually, and I highly recommend it.
They have any good love songs?
No. Not well, you know, I don't know all of his. He just released some songs not super long ago that I don't know them all yet, so maybe, but I don't think so. No, there's a song by Thomas Rhett, and I'm just gonna read these lyrics to you at first, because this build-up is so brilliant. Because it's a really cute song. It is called "Marry Me." Just get this. She wants to get married. She wants it perfect. She wants her granddaddy preaching the service. She wants magnolias out in the country. Not too many people, save her daddy some money. She's got it all planned out. I can see it all right now. I'll wear my black suit, black tie, hide out in the back. I'll do a strong shot of whiskey straight out the flask. I'll try to make it through without crying so nobody sees. She wants to get married, but she don't want to marry me.
Oh, that's
beautiful.
Such
a damn good twist at the end of the first chorus. The first time I heard this song, I was just like genuinely floored because I did not think this is where it was going. It is such a brilliantly written song, and it's perfect because the song's called Marry Me. Like, it sounds like it should be played at a wedding, and it's totally not. Meanwhile, I am sure
it will be.
I'm sure it already has been. I am sure there are people out there who are just genuinely too dumb to listen to the lyrics, and it was like their first dance, right? And then there's people at the wedding reception going, did they ever listen to this song? Like that time I sat at a wedding, and I sat there with my drink, listening to I Want You Back by the Jackson 5 as everybody danced to it, and just thinking, there's no way you thought this through. Like, this doesn't work. So unironically, that is my favorite ironic love song. It is so brilliant.
That's a really good point, Jeff. Maybe next Valentine's Day we can play wedding songs that shouldn't be wedding songs.
Oh, I would love to play that game. I love that game.
Jeff, do you think that Judas Priest will play one of my favorite one of my favorite love songs, "Victim of Changes," live?
I actually thought you were going to say Love Bites, the other song called Love Bites, because I have the Def Leppard and the Judas Priest one on my playlist.
Nah, that's just another song about vampires fucking.
I know, but it's funny. That's a good one, though. All right, that's a good one. How about Changes by Black Sabbath?
That one's on here too.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm trying to predict your playlist now.
Are you?
Do you have Don't Fear the Reaper on there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's a great song about one of the greatest love stories of all time, Romeo and Juliet.
Exactly. You know what else is a great love song about Romeo and Juliet? That's not really, because I don't think either one really is Juliet by Snot Arctica.
Oh yeah, I mean, no, they're not literally, but I know, but like, Don't Fear the Reaper, like, cites Romeo and Juliet. And obviously, so does Juliet.
Or if we want to break the fourth wall again, This Ain't the Summer of Love by Blue Oyster Cult is also on this playlist.
Man, Blue Oyster Cult's good for not Valentine's Day songs. And then, Chris, my playlist is really short. So my playlist rounds out with The One I Love by R.E.M., another song that I have absolutely heard at weddings. And I don't know if you know The One I Love by R.E.M., do you?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a love song. If anything, it might be a song about somebody using someone else. Mind you, the song has like a total of 4 lines, right? But the one line is a simple prop to occupy my time. This is not a love song. Who the hell are these people? And then, of course, Wicked Game by Chris Isaak.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want like a side sample of how all over the place my playlist is, we start with Hate Love Songs by Guar.
That's a fun one. I haven't heard that in forever.
The Misery by Sonata Arctica.
Oh, I love that song.
Wicked Game by Chris Isaak.
Beautiful.
Even Hitler Had a Girlfriend by the Mr. T Experience.
What the actual fuck is that?
And Something I Could Never Have by 9 Inch Nails.
Okay.
What?
Just what the hell's wrong with some of your songs?
Which one was the weird one? Was it Wicked Game?
No, I was just groaning because of how depressing some of those songs are. That was very much oh yeah, you did this right. Like, you did a good job. So other songs that so now that we're, because I'm kind of through my actual playlist of totally not Valentine's Day songs, but I'm now stuck in this idea, right, of these other songs that people get stuck thinking are love songs that aren't. Or rather, again, the way I'm looking at it is songs that I keep telling myself I should do a cover of and post it on Valentine's Day and just see how many of my family members don't even understand the joke. Like, how many people, don't realize I posted it, sarcastically. I'm really tempted. I'm sitting here thinking about Follow Me by Uncle Kracker.
Oh.
That's another good one about adultery. Right?
Uncle Kracker, though.
I'm not worried about the ring you wear. That's a great song. What's wrong with Uncle Kracker?
Uncle Kracker?
It's a good song. I really couldn't care less about the man otherwise. I think that song's really nice, though.
I'll take it, I guess.
Why? I mean, how do I say this? What's wrong with Uncle Kracker other than the fact that he's Uncle Kracker?
Mostly that he's Uncle Kracker.
I just wasn't sure if there was something I don't know. I mean, he wrote bad music for the most part. I don't really even know how many of his songs I know. I know Follow Me, and I know he did that. He covered that. What's the Toss Me in a Hole and Drift Away song? What the hell's that actually called?
But that was a cover.
Yeah, as I said, he did a cover of that song, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
That's kind of all I know about Uncle Kracker, honestly.
I don't know. I don't care. I remember a couple of his other songs. Mostly, I just confused him for Kid Rock a lot at a time when I also wasn't that into Kid Rock.
Well, weren't they? Didn't they perform together? Weren't they affiliated?
I think they were. That didn't help. But
wasn't Uncle Kracker his DJ or whatever at the time?
That might be true. It certainly didn't help me confusing them. If it was,
that feels weird to confuse them though, because I don't. Other than the fact that I think they performed together, I don't think they sound the same or anything at all.
I don't know, man. Every time I heard Follow Me, I thought it was Kid Rock. And then finally I realized it was Uncle Kracker, and I heard other Uncle Kracker songs and I didn't like them. And I guess if I had to pick one, Follow Me's the best, but
I mean, I
just-
genuinely
it's
think
not-
"Follow Me" is a good song. It's a good song, but like you just have to acknowledge that it's about adultery.
Yeah, no.
It's like "Lips of an Angel." I mean, as much as I almost hate to admit it, like by Hinder, right? I think that's a genuinely a good song.
No, that's fine.
I think the performance is great. I actually really enjoy the guy's voice because apparently I have a thing for butt rock.
Yeah.
As we've discussed before, apparently that's a genre that really struck me for some reason. I don't know. I think that's actually genuinely a good song, but it's also a song that people are just too dumb to realize isn't a love song. I was literally reading comments just the other day, people trying to defend "Lips of an Angel," claiming that the song is about a guy whose wife died and he's talking to her spirit. He's
What?
talking to the ghost of his dead wife. So it's not adultery. He just misses his
Are
dead
these
wife.
like religious people trying to justify liking the song?
No, I think this is just people who are genuinely too stupid to realize. Or like they didn't want to admit that it's a song about like adultery, right? So they're just like making up a backstory to make it okay for them to listen to.
Okay. I'm still gonna assume this goes back to Jesus for some reason, somewhere along
I mean,
the
it's
line.
possible. Maybe that's how they're justifying listening to a song about adultery. Is they're telling themselves it's not about adultery.
That's what I mean.
How about Jolene in any version, any
Jolene
cover of it?
isn't on here.
Jolene needs to be on there. That is a classic.
I'm adding it right now.
And then you need to find someone who did one of those recordings of the Eldritch Horror version of Jolene. Do you remember that whole ordeal?
No.
There was a Tumblr post that said something like, someone needs to write new verses to Jolene where they never actually explain what Jolene is, just every verse gets more and more terrifying. Because, like, the verses just go on explaining Jolene, her beauty is beyond compare with flaming locks of auburn hair and ivory skin and eyes of emerald green, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you keep going. Some of the other verses that people came up with were things like, he screams about you in his sleep, and when he wakes does not but weep, in terror of the one they call Jolene. Blackening the summer skies with burning wings and countless eyes, we tremble at the sight of you, Jolene. We cower here beneath your gaze that sets the earth and sky ablaze. Have mercy at the end of days, Jolene. It keeps going. There's so many verses people wrote, and a handful of people have done really, really great covers using these verses. It is absolutely hysterical. In fact, here, I'll send you the one I highly recommend. The YouTube channel, her name is Joliet? Jolit 4. It's called Jolene H.P. Lovecraft version, and her recording of it is so good. Highly recommend. We strayed off of Valentine's Day stuff, but that belongs on everybody's playlist of some sort. I don't even care. Regardless, get Jolene on your playlist. It's a great song. It's a great love song.
I've just added it. You know what? I'll even add I'll add some covers with like other guest musicians, and we'll bring in Dolly Parton's cover album again.
Now, unironically, if you want a good cover of Jolene, I really love the one Mindy Smith.
I just said that because I accidentally almost added the one from Rockstar.
Oh no. Why would you want that? No, honestly, I don't remember hating that, actually. It just didn't really need to exist. So I'm sitting here trying to think of other dumb songs. I don't know. Happy Valentine's Day, Chris.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I don't think we have a ton to really say for Valentine's Day.
Well, that's okay. We can wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with that. I feel like we had to acknowledge it, even though we really don't have much to say for Valentine's Day here. So no, I'm good. We can wrap that up. We're just gonna fade out.
We're
gonna fade. No, we're gonna drift away like that Uncle Kracker cover. Give me the beach ball and something. I wanna get tossed in a fucking hole and drift away. Okay.
Yeah, we both sang two different songs, and I'm gonna fade us both out doing that.
So what were you trying to say?
No, that's it. That's how it's ending.
Oh, that's how it's ending? Oh, Jesus.